Hey guys, Lamagrat here, and welcome back to another tier list video. This time, it's another Spoopoween tier list. Today, we're going to be tier listing all the different Halloween candies here. This isn't a list that I created, it's a list that was already on here, so there might be some weird choices. I just changed the names of the tiers here. So, first tier, we got Gone in Seconds. That's the candy where the moment you see it, you're probably going to want to eat at least one of them. Just, if not, your mouth is watering thinking about it the entire rest of the time. So that's just the golden standard there. You're going to eat that immediately. Top tier, that is the cream of the crop. That's the candy that you're looking forward to getting. That's the candy you always think about when you do stuff like trick-or-treating. That's your top tier stuff, which is why it's called top tier. That's what you would prefer the most, if you have like a choice. Pretty good. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's just like, it's not bad. It's not the best. Still pretty good though, and you'd eat it. Decent is like, it's kind of on the lower end here. I'm not too super jazzed about this specific candy, but it's decent. I'll eat it. If someone gives it to me, I'm not gonna not eat it. Fine. That's more like the begrudging, like, yeah, I'll eat it if, like, there's no other options. Like, if I gotta eat candy and this is the only candy, I'm not gonna eat no candy, but I'm still gonna complain about eating this candy. Then you got throw out. That's pretty obvious. Just that's the candy that you see in your bag and you're just like, alright, I ain't eating this shit. I'm just gonna either give this to someone else or throw it away. I'm not touching it. And then very last tier is just for the ones that I've never had. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it here. So we got all these options down here. So first on the list we have is a candy called 100 Grand. I have had these before. Not often. I don't quite remember fully what they're like. I think they're kind of like, they're somewhat similar to Twix, where they kind of got a little bit of crunch to them, I think. I'm not 100% sure about that. It's been a long time since I've had it. So I'm going to put 100 Grand in decent. Next up, Three Musketeers. Three Musketeers is a good one. I don't like it as much as some of the others coming up on this list. For some people, it may be like an immediate go-to, but for me, it's kind of on the lower end. So I'd say it's probably pretty good, because it's not as good as some of the others, according to me, that will show up here. Airheads. When I was younger, these were the shit. Everyone was eating Airheads. Everyone wanted Airheads. Airheads were the best ever. Nowadays, now that I'm older, well, now that I'm older, in general, I don't really eat candy. Unless it's like a special occasion or whatever. I don't eat candy often. But for specifically Airheads, it's like, it's decent. It's decent. I like it. Almond Joy. I used to not like Almond Joys, but something about them kind of grew on me. And I used to not like coconut flavored things in general, which is kind of why I didn't like it before. But like I said, it grew on me, and now I think it's pretty good, and it's gonna go above the Musketeer here. These, I don't know what these are called, but they're little chocolate mints. Um, I think you get them at like Olive Garden or something. Um, these are a very specific thing. It's like I've literally never seen these in a Halloween like thing at all. I've never seen these given out for Halloween. Only time I've ever seen them was at a restaurant when you're leaving the restaurant and they just give it to you as like the complimentary thing. Um I never really was too big of a fan of them. Like you eat one of these and you're good. Like you're not gonna be like eating these a lot. At least I'm not. So I'm just gonna put them in fine. An apple. All right, I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, but hear me out. Hear me out. Listen, you're walking around, you're trick or treating, you're getting candy. Your parents, they're gonna be on you probably. If you're young enough, they're gonna be like, hey, don't eat all the candy, you know, it's not good for you. Only a couple pieces, stuff like that. And you're walking around for at least like an hour and a half, if not longer, you know, trick or treating. No parent is gonna turn down an apple. All right? So if you're hungry, you need a little bit of energy, and your parents are on your butt about candy, and I don't know, you get handed an apple from one of the people giving out candy. I'd eat the apple. I'm sorry, I would. I'd eat the apple. I would legit eat the apple. Now I understand compared to everything else on the list, it's like, you know, apples aren't the point of Halloween. Halloween's all about candy and shit. Uh, I yeah, but apple's good. I like apples a lot, so I would put I would put apple in decent at the bottom of decent. Hey, listen, this is my list. All right, all you apple haters, if you don't like it, you can leave. I don't care. This is a tier list about Halloween candy, and I don't even trick or treat anymore. So if you're that butthurt about it, whatever. It's an apple. Come on. Top three fruits of all time. All right, next is Baby Ruth. Baby Ruths are great. Um, again, not my favorite, but I'll eat it. So that's gonna go in pretty good. Probably below Almond Joy. These right here. These are the unlabeled, randomly wrapped up taffy candies. Um, I don't think you see these as much nowadays. I feel like these kind of died off in the like mid 2000s, you know, the 2000 early 2010s. I feel like people just stopped doing the taffy because people don't really care about taffy these days unless you're of the older demographic. So, I never really hated on taffy that much, but for me taffy is a mixed bag because when you get taffy, it's always like it's going to be really really good or it's gonna be straight ass. And the straight ass really, really brings it down. Um, and you know, when you're comparing it to all this other stuff, that's a pretty big notch. So I'm gonna put that in the bottom of fine. Next is Bit of Honey. Bit of Honey is pretty good. I mean, it's all right. It's tastes like honey, but the problem with me with candies like um Bit of Honey and coincidentally enough the one right beside it on the screen, Bit of honey and Butterfinger both get in my teeth really badly, and I do not like it when a candy does that. It makes it harder to eat it, and it kind of makes it a chore, especially when bits of honey are like usually really hard until they like get warmed up a little bit. So for me, bit of honey is also gonna go on fine, and it's gonna be probably below taffy. Butterfinger, like I said, I don't like candies that get in my teeth and get stuck there. Um, so it can go at the top of fine. I never really cared for like the like crumbly, weird texture that it has on the inside. Like it's okay, but like again, Butterfinger, not my thing. Candy corn. Candy corn is an all-time classic. Candy candy corn is literally like probably one of the oldest candies ever created. So candy corn has been around for longer than most of these candies. A lot of people don't like candy corn. They say, it's like, it doesn't have much flavor, it's waxy or whatever. I could see that. Um, there was a point in time where I really hated candy corn, but that was also right after I ate an absolute fuck ton of it. One Halloween, I had just a whole huge bag of candy corn, and I was eating on that thing for about a month, and that like totally killed my momentum for candy corn and made me hate it so much. But it's been like 6 years or more since that happened, and I've come back around to candy corn. So candy corn's all right again. I would put candy corn just above the apple at decent. So after candy corn, we got Milky Way here. This looks like a caramel Milky Way. I've never seen this kind before. Yeah, there's a normal Milky Way and a caramel Milky Way. I've never had the caramel one, so I can't really speak on that. So I'm gonna put that here. And never had it. Crunch Bar. For a long time, the Crunch Bar and the Mr. Good bars, those were my favorite. I used to have the bag that came with Crunch Bar, Mr. Good bar, and the red one. I don't remember what that one was called, but they were all like in the pretty much exactly the same type of packaging, and they were just slightly different kinds of the same thing. But the Crunch Bar, definitely one of the good ones here. Crunch Bar is gonna go up to the top of pretty good there. Um, I really like Crunch Bars, even though when you get them, they're usually that tiny size, and it's like, damn, I just want more. But people aren't gonna be giving out a whole thing of Crunch Bars. Also, I just noticed down here, Crackle. That's what the red one was. So we'll get to that one eventually. Um, Next up is Dots. Dots. That's another case where, you know, they're kind of really hard to eat and they get stuck in my teeth. Um, I used to like them as a kid. I really don't like them anymore, and I feel like they don't have any flavor that like would make me want to eat it. So, unfortunately, Dots is the first candidate for being thrown out. I am not a fan of Dots at all. They're kind of like gumdrops, but without the extra sugar on top. And again, they're just hard to eat and get in my teeth, and I hate that shit. Next up, we have Double Bubble Bubblegum. You already know that's one of the classics. You see that? yellow wrapper with the blue ends, and the logo in the middle. You know what you're getting. Um, so usually they come in two varieties that I've seen. They've come with a smooth one and one that's kind of in a weird like snowflake or star shape. And those two different versions kind of rank differently for me. The smooth one is harder to eat. The snowflake one gives you less because it's like has notches cut out of it, or whatever. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, for me, I think the star, even though it gives you a little bit less, it it ranks a little bit higher. Just because it's not as hard to eat as a smooth one. But as a whole, double bubble is pretty good. I'm gonna put it up here, probably at the end of pretty good because the flavor doesn't last too long, and once that runs out, you know, fun's over, boys. Good and plenty. Never had them shits, so they go down there. Gummy bears. These are specifically like the tiny gummy bears. Like gummy bears are already small enough as it is, and I love like gummy bears, gummy worms, gummy snakes. I love gummies, but them tiny ass gummy bears. Yeah, I do eat them shits on Halloween, but they're just too small, man. They don't they don't give you anything. It's like it's like they ran out of budget and they had only a little bit of gummy goo left and they just scraped up what was there and then made them into bear molds and threw them out. They feel like a scam to me, so they're also going and thrown out. Heath bars. I believe this is the one with like the hard peanut brittle esque um piece of caramel on the inside. They kind of taste like coffee, I think. Not a fan at all. No Heath bars for me. I do not like Heath bars. Next up we got the Hershey Kisses. We got normal ones and we got swirled ones. I've never had the swirled ones, but everyone's had the Hershey Kisses. Hershey Kisses are goated. No matter what holiday it is, you love Hershey's Kisses. Only problem with them, for some reason, they melt so fucking fast. I can't even count the amount of times I've went to get one of them out of the bag and it's just like there's a squish and then right after that it's just disappointment. So it's as good as it is. I'm gonna have to say this one's probably gonna go in. This one's probably gonna go bottom of decent, even below the apple. I feel like Hershey's Kisses are more of like a Christmas type thing because you know they got the Christmas commercials and stuff for it. Normal ass Hershey's bar. That's gonna be our first and top tier. The normal Hershey's bar slaps no matter what. Hershey's bars always good. Love them shits. They're classic. They're the OGs of candy bars. Basically, everyone loves them. Everybody loves that shit. And if you don't love it, you're lying. Now, the cookies and cream Hershey's. Again, might get some hate on this one, but I'm a slut for cookies and cream. I'm sorry. Cookies and cream is my favorite ice cream flavor. Cookies and cream is the best. So cookies and cream is also gonna be a number one spot, but it's going and gone in seconds. If I see a cookies and cream, I'm not giving that shit a chance to melt. I'm gobbling that on the doorstep. I will look them in the eyes as they give it to me, unwrap it, and eat that shit like a wild boar. I don't care. Cookies and cream is gone. Hot tamales. I'm throwing them shits out. I don't eat hot, spicy, or sour candies really. They're not my thing. Um, Anything that really causes pain when you eat the shit, not gonna be in my favorites. Jolly Ranchers. When I was a kid, I would have killed a motherfucker for some Jolly Ranchers because what they did at all the schools that I went to was they would have these things where if you got a question right, it was like trivia, and they would give you a Jolly Rancher. You won a Jolly Rancher. So, Jolly Ranchers as a kid were baked into my mind as like a prize for getting something correct. However, nowadays, I really don't like Jolly Ranchers, guys. I just don't. I don't like Jolly Ranchers. It's like you can't chew them; they will break the shit out of your teeth. So all you can do is suck on them. Sometimes when they get too thin, a piece will go down the back of your throat, and almost kill you. So like, nah, Jolly Ranchers are going to fine. Jolly Ranchers are going to fine above Bits of Honey for the fruity taste. Other than that, it's just not. No, 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 no. It's not happening. Junior Mints, never had them. Kit Kats, Yoop. Kit Kats are going to the top tier. Kit Kats, another one of the classic candy bars. You think of candy, you think of Kit Kats and Hershey's. Those are basically the two like main ones that everyone knows. Um, Unfortunately, nowadays it seems more and more often when you get a Kit Kat for Halloween, it's the single pack. You don't get the break off sensation, and that's kind of what Kit Kat's all about. You need the left and the right. It's like Twix. You need both sides. Otherwise, it's a little lame. And when you have a single Kit Kat, that shit is straight up pathetic. It is the smallest fucking candy bar wafer you've ever seen. Like, you could literally put a fucking caterpillar on that bitch and it'll be the exact same size. It's not worth it. Like, single ones, if this was a single one, I'd straight up put it in throw out. But since it's specifically the double one in the picture, top tier. Crackle. Mentioned this one earlier. Crackle, I'm going to put in pretty good right here next to the Crunch Bar. They're very similar in style. I don't think I have to explain much about that. Laffy Taffy, specifically the banana flavor, because nobody on this earth, I'm serious, hey, listen to me. Nobody on this earth eats any Laffy Taffy flavor that isn't banana. And you know that. Because all the other flavors are straight dog shit. Garbage. However, Banana Laffy Taffy is the best. And Banana Laffy Taffy is going to go up here and pretty good above the gum. And I'll explain that here. So, Laffy Taffy, banana, very good. Delicious. Fantastic experience. Problem. Much like the Hershey's, it melts ungodly fast. I literally cannot even name a single time that I've eaten Laffy Taffy banana or any Laffy Taffy flavor where I didn't have to first completely annihilate the packaging trying to get it out because it was chemically fused to the taffy. That is why it's so low on the list. Chewy lemon heads. Never had that shit. Fun dip. Alright. Alright. This is where I start getting judged for real. Um, listen, I've talked to other people. They do the same shit as me, so I'm not fully unjustified here. When I get Fun Dip, listen, come on. When I get Fun Dip, that powder that comes with the Fun Dip that you're supposed to dip the stick in after you like moisten it up, you lick it, dip it in the stick. That's why it's called Fun Dip. I'm gonna be real with you. I just throw that fucking dip away. I do not eat that shit at all. I, I don't. I'm being honest. I don't eat the dip at all. I just take the stick out and I eat that shit. Is it pure sugar? Hell yeah. Does it feel like a piece of chalk, kinda, when you're eating that shit? Like you kinda shouldn't be eating it? Yeah. But it ain't gonna stop me fucking eating it. Alright? So, no. I don't eat the dip. Also, I'm a little sick right now. Stuffy nose. So, pardon me for a second while I fix my nose. Alright. Continuing on. So, Fun Dip. I only eat the sticks from this shit. This goes in decent. Mallow Cup. Never eaten them shits. Mike and Ike's. Um, when I was a kid, the only experience I ever had with these at all was getting them in random stores in the candy machines that you put the quarter in and you twist it and you get the little handful of candy. Like the gumball machine style candy machine. That used to be the only place I would find this shit. Nowadays, semi regularly, well, not, I wouldn't say regularly, but occasionally, I will pick up a box of the tropical fruit version of Mach and Ike's. And I had the normal version of Mike and Ike's before. They're pretty good. It's actually one of my favorite candies nowadays, specifically the tropical version. But normal Mike and Ike's, they can also go in decent. Milk Duds. Milk Duds are cool, but I'm sorry. They kind of get in my teeth sometimes. And you know that's already a problem. But they're better than Bit of Honey. So Milk Duds is gonna go in fine. I'm sorry if I ruined your entire life by putting Milk Duds so low. I know Milk Duds are pretty popular. Milky Way. Milky Ways, I kind of feel the same about Milky Ways as I do with the rest of these up here. So they're just gonna go probably up here between Babe Ruth and Almond Joy. Like, it's just your standard caramel chocolate. Really nothing much to say. Kind of plain Jane. M&M's. As a kid, I would devour some M&M's. But these are the normal M&M's. They are not my preferred ones. And in my personal opinion, the OG M&M's are the worst of the lineup. They just are. Like, admit it, they are. All the other versions are better. So M&M's, they're gonna go. They're gonna go above the apple. Mounds. This isn't normal mounds, is it? I don't I don't know. I'm just gonna say this is normal mounds because I can't read the shit. Um, Mounds. It's literally the exact same fucking thing as an almond joy, except without the almond on it. So it's going behind almond joy. Mr. Goodbar, top tier. I don't have to explain myself. I already talked about how I thought about this. Necco wafers. Fuck that shit. I've had Necco wafers probably twice in my life. They are the hardest, most tooth shattering fucking candies ever. These shits will hurt the hell out of your mouth. If you've ever had Necco wafers, you probably don't have teeth anymore. They are absolute dog shit. They're like the unfinished, unpolished, untextured, unrendered beta versions of Smarties and Sweet Tarts. They have no flavor and they're ass. Next up, Nerds. Nerds are gonna go up here above Laffy Taffy. Nerds are really good. Um, they have like a kick to them when you eat them. They come in like the teeny tiny boxes, which are kind of neat. Nerds are a classic. They're always around every Halloween. Always see nerds. They're not going anywhere. So they're going up and pretty good. So next up we have these. I'm not exactly sure what these are called because I cannot read them from the picture. But I do see these every single year. They're kind of like knockoff Starbursts. They're not as good as Starbursts, in my opinion, but they are still pretty good in general. So I'm gonna put these up here in decent. Paydays. This is basically just a clump of caramel with peanuts all over it. Um, I'm gonna put it. Hmm. I'm gonna put it just above M&M's. I'm not a huge fan of Payday. Um, it just I don't know. It feels like a lot. There's a lot of caramel and there's a lot of peanuts when you eat that shit, and it's almost like a chore when you're eating it. So it's kind of a problem for me. Next up, peanut butter M&Ms. Now we already talked about normal plain ass M&Ms. Those are trash. We don't need to talk about those. Peanut butter M&Ms. This shit. This shit going above nerds. Peanut butter M&Ms, good. Peanut butter and chocolate put together in any combination is amazing. And I'll dive more into that in a little bit. But for now, peanut butter M&Ms going up here. I think this is peanut butter Snickers. I legit didn't know these existed, so I've never had one. I don't know if they are still made. If they are, I need to figure out where I can get some. Peanut M&Ms, just with the whole ass peanut in them. Shoosh. Straight up to Gone in Seconds. You're not prying these out of my hands. Even if I'm dead, my soul will come out from the fucking pits of hell and will clutch that shit. You're not getting these from me. Peanut M&Ms are one of my probably top 5, if not top 10, if not top 5 favorite candies of all time. I love me some peanut M&Ms. Everyone loves peanut M&Ms, and most people pretty much say that peanut M&Ms are the best M&Ms. And I believe they are. So that's why they're up there. Next up, we have candy coins. These are like chocolate coins. It's literally just a piece of chocolate. So put it in fine. It's literally just chocolate. Raisinets. I never get raisinets for Halloween. Never, ever have gotten raisinets for Halloween. But they're not bad. So I'm gonna put them probably right there. You know what? Put them above the candy coins. Chocolate coins. All right. So now we got some winners coming up here. We're starting to get into my favorite candies now. Reese's. Reese's is probably my second favorite candy of all time. So it's going up there. Reese's Pieces, up there too. Reese's Pieces, that stays up there. I love the peanut butter and chocolate, and it seems like Reese's have really found the perfect balance and the perfect blend of how to do it. And for a long time, Reese's was my number one favorite chocolate and my number one favorite candy. So it's definitely gonna stay up there. It's in the highest tier. Ring Pop. As a kid, I fucking loved these. Everyone loved these as a kid. Nowadays, they kind of just feel like they feel like it's kind of a burden. They're too messy. If you want to try to chew it, it's really hard and it hurts your teeth. So you're basically sucking on it for hours. Don't take that out of context. And as you're doing that, it gets like really messy and like candy juice gets everywhere and all kinds of shit. So unfortunately, it's not very high on the list. It's gonna be probably above Bit of Honey. Runts. Runts as a whole, I haven't had too much experience with. Banana runts are usually where it's at. It's just like Laffy Taffy. Banana runts or the runts. I've only had normal runts a few times in my life. All the other times have been specifically banana runts. Those are the best. For normal runts, I'm gonna put it in fine. Just put it down here next to Ring Pop. I don't have much to say about it. Skittles. Skittles. Some people may say Skittles are overrated. I think those people are lying to themselves and everyone around them. It's probably some kind of conspiracy. Skittles are one of the best fruit candies in my opinion. I love me some Skittles. Only problem with Skittles is you can't really hold on to them for too long because they'll start coloring your whole hand like a rainbow. So you kind of gotta pop them shits fast, like some pills. But Skittles, top tier. Next up, Smarties. Listen, some people are already furrowing the brows. Listen, I really like Smarties. It's another thing as a kid. Um, like the Jolly Ranchers, where these were given out in school all the time in my schools for like just getting a question right or something else. So this was like a reward candy. Whenever you eat Smarties, it's a reward. You feel like a Smartie. That's the whole point. So those are up here. Are Sweet Tarts in here? No, Sweet Tarts are not on this list, but I will mention them. Sweet Tarts, Sweet Tarts. I low key hate them shits. They're kind of like Necco wafers as well. I don't like them because they're super tart. So sour, spicy, hot, and tart. I don't really do that stuff. If it's a candy, it's sweet. That's why I eat it. Unless, oh wait, sweet tarts are on here. Fuck, I totally missed that shit. Anyway, that goes in throw out. um, I'm gonna reorganize some of these here. All right. So, Sour Patch Kids. For specifically Sour Patch Kids, forget everything I just fucking said. Fuck. Eh. Sour Patch Kids. They go up here too. Um, they actually probably go here. Sour Patch Kids are amazing. I love Sour Patch Kids, and my favorite flavor of them is the blue flavor. That's objectively the best flavor of Sour Patch Kids. If you say any other flavor is just as good or better, you deserve to be in a mental hostitution. Hostitution. Mental hospital institution. Tried to say them together, it didn't work. You need to go to the crazy box. Sit in the loony bin if you think any flavor of Sour Patch Kids is better than blue. Case closed. Snickers. Snickers. Love Snickers. That is, once again, Hershey's, Kit Kat, Snickers, Butterfinger, Twix. Those are like the face of candy chocolate. I don't need to explain Snickers. It's got chocolate, caramel, peanuts. It's a perfect mix. Makes my teeth hurt like a motherfucker because I've got sensitive teeth. But Snickers is great, and I don't think I have to explain why. Starbursts. Starbursts. Starburst is going up in top tier. Love me some Starbursts. Just like I said with these other knockoff ones down here in Decent, Starbursts are great. Similarly with other candies like Sour Patch and stuff. Best flavor of Starbursts. Say it with me, boys. Pink. The best flavor of Starbursts is pink. I don't want to hear anybody say anything different. Pink and even arguably yellow. Never red. Nobody likes red. If you like red, sit in the corner. The cherry candies that you only find at your grandma's house and have a little bit of like goopy candy middle with a hard outer shell. These, I haven't seen these for Halloween in a very long time. These, I believe, have finally, started to fade out. Um, these are more of like an older candy. You don't really see these anymore. But they're okay. I'm going to put these probably just above Jolly Ranchers. Sugar Daddies. Sugar Daddies have the exact same problem as Bit of Honey, if not worse. I'm throwing that shit out. I do not care. I don't like Sugar Daddies. I don't like Sugar Babies either. For the exact same reason. Even though Sugar Babies are a little easier to eat. Swedish Fish. Don't at me. Swedish Fish are great. And you know it. Especially the tropical flavor. Swedish Fish are king. They're great. I want to hear it. I believe these are candy toothbrushes. I've never seen these in my life. I've only ever heard of these, and I was very confused about them when I did hear about them. Never seen these ever. Never had it, but they don't look very good. Alright. Tropical Tootsie Rolls. These are the different flavors of Tootsie Rolls. You got the red, blue, orange, yellow, green. That's right. I'm a monster. I love these shits. I feel like in more recent years, Tootsie Rolls as a whole has gotten a lot of flack. People do not appreciate Tootsie Rolls anymore like I believe they should. So I'm giving them the glory they deserve, especially the fruit ones. They're top tier. Alright? They're top tier. Blow Pops. Or wait, no, these are Tootsie Pops. Tootsie Pops are probably the one of the only types of lollipops I will still eat. It's gonna go right up here and pretty good near the top. The big ass Tootsie Roll. This is the Laga Tootsie Roll where when you open it, it's on the little white like paper tray thing, and it looks like there's 4 of them motherfuckers melded together. This, great. Not as good as the tropical ones, but great. It's just a normal Tootsie Roll, but huge. Twix. I'm actually gonna move Mr. Goodbar down to pretty good, right next to Crunch. Twix, one of the best chocolates ever made. Unfortunately, this also looks like the single one, which you do see a lot of the time nowadays. You barely ever see the left and right Twix together for Halloween, which really sucks because you kind of need those to be together. It's like a Kit Kat situation. But Twix is still good and still carries its own, even when it's singular. That's something it actually has over Kit Kat. Twizzlers. Now these are the tiny Twizzlers, it looks like, but they do have bigger ones that I've seen around Halloween. I actually ate some of these the other day. um Twizzlers are good. I'm gonna put Twizzlers up here. I really like Twizzlers. Um I like the licorice ropes. Black licorice ropes I really like. I know you're gonna look at me and say I'm disgusting. Licorice, black licorice specifically, black licorice ropes and black licorice jelly beans. I really like. Hated them as a kid, love them now. These weird sour ropes, never had it. These sour things, throw that shit out. Too sour for me. Werthers. These are not candies that you really want to see on Halloween. um, Werthers are good, and there's different kinds of Werthers. These look like just the normal hard candy ones. Um, but yeah, no. Werthers are fine, so they're gonna go up here and fine. Whoppers. Whoppers are gonna go in decent. Right up here. It's a chocolate ball with some like wafer or something inside of it. They got a crunch to them, and that's pretty good. York patties are the same type of situation as with the mint chocolate I talked about earlier, so I'm just gonna put that next to it. This taffy, never had it. The weird Halloween cream egg, I've never had it. It probably tastes exactly the same as a normal Cadbury cream egg, but again, I've never had it. I don't know what this is. It kind of looks like cheese balls or something. I don't know what that is, so I'm just going to put it down and never had it. Candy peanuts. These are not a Halloween candy, and I used to like them as a kid, but I don't anymore. They're really soft, and they melt in your mouth, kind of. But I don't really like them. So I'm gonna put them here. I'm gonna put them next to Heath bars probably. Actually, yeah, I guess. Doves, the different Dove chocolates. These are way too bougie for Halloween. I do not see anyone giving these out. Not a single one of these. But they're good. So I'm going to put them up here in pretty good. Probably up here somewhere. Gushers. This is not a candy. And I do not see these at Halloween. They're good, but I don't see them at Halloween. And this isn't a candy. So I'm just going to kind of disqualify that one. These tiny jelly beans, never had them. Nick and Nippers. I have had these. They are straight ass. These are like in the same ballpark as Necco wafers for me. Not a fan. This other Reese's thing. I think this is the one with whole peanuts in it. Not as good as normal Reese's in my opinion. So it's gonna go up here and pretty good. These are like, I think these are like peach rings. Never had those on Halloween. Pretzels. Shoosh. These are going right up next to the apple. Raisins. Swoosh. Listen, don't call me old just because I'm letting these slide, okay? Take 5. Just going right up here next to that one. These little candy balls. Throw them out. They're not bad, but don't like them. Caramel squares. This is going in decent. These will go up right next to candy corn. Krabby Patties. There are pretty patty versions of these nowadays. I'm pretty sure they taste almost exactly the same. So, yeah. But Krabby Patties, they're little gummy Krabby Patties. All the individual, we got lettuce, the meat, I guess, and the 2 buns, even though meat should never be that color if you're consuming it. But Krabby Patties were a staple of my childhood. They're going at the top of decent. Fruit by the foot. Not doing it. I don't like the fruit by the foots. They're kind of a similar thing to ring pop. It's hard to eat for me. Fruit stripes, never had that shit. Fun dip. Wait. Oh, there's 2 different kinds of fun dip on here. I don't know what the difference is, so I'm just put them next to each other. Gobstoppers. Absolutely not. They hurt my teeth. So that's going in throw out. This gum has never been in a fucking Halloween bag. The whole roll of gum, that has never happened. But it's fine. It doesn't last long either. So I'm gonna put it right. I'm gonna put it right here by Fruit by the Foot. Looks like orange Halloween Kit Kats. Never had them. They probably taste the same. These are these gummies or normal ones? These are the gummies. Normal ones are right next to them. All right, so Lifesavers gummies are going up here and pretty good. I really like these, so I'm gonna put them like above lollipops. The Tootsie Pops. Lifesaver gummies are really good. I love gummy candies. Normal Lifesaver mints, they usually come in the individual tiny wrapper, not this roll that they have down here. But the normal Lifesavers are decent, so I'm gonna put them up here next to Fun Dip. Pretzel M&Ms I've never had, but I wish I have had those. White chocolate pumpkin Reese's, never had it. Rolo. I'm sorry, but I feel like Rolos are a little overrated. They're going in decent. Probably next to Hershey's. They got caramel in them, but you know, it's again, it kind of just feels like a normal ass caramel candy. There's nothing really special about Rolo in my mind. But anyway, this is it. This is my final ranking. We got Gone in Seconds, top tier, pretty good, decent, fine, throw out. Here are all the different tiers. So, did you agree with me? Or did I make you irrationally mad? I'd like to hear what you guys think in the comments. Again, this is an entirely um, subjective list. This is all my personal opinions. Everything I said in this video is a joke. I'm not trying to fight you over Halloween candy. um, but yeah, tell me what you think. Happy Halloween, everybody. I hope y'all, if you do go trick or treating, get lots of candy, have a lot of fun. If you go to any parties, be safe. All right, be around people you trust. Enjoy your time. If it's a costume party, get a really cool costume. Other than that, happy Halloween, everybody, and I will see you guys next time.